Today in the battle arena, two Godzillas, two mighty versions of the big monster going at it. Shin Godzilla taking on Godzilla Earth. So who's coming out on top here? Who ultimately wins? Let's find out. What's up guys, this is DanCo. I do fight breakdowns, power ranking videos, or more deep dives into your favorite characters and franchises with new videos every week. So if that seems great to you, well, sit back and enjoy the video. Hit that like button if you want to, or hit the subscribe button while you're at it. Godzilla Earth. This is an anime version of Big G, who's basically a god that the Earth itself created in order to drive off humanity. He then killed every other kaiju, drove humans off the planet, and for the next 20,000 years began to evolve and transforming the Earth itself in the process. So this version of Godzilla is easily the biggest one that we've ever seen, weighing in over 100,000 tons and clocking in at a whopping 300 meters, or almost 1,000 feet tall. He's strong enough to shatter mountains just by lifting himself through them, and sends out earthquakes with each step that he takes. So that's pretty impressive. Then he also fought against King Ghidorah, ripped open its mouth and destroyed one of its heads. That's pretty impressive too, not gonna lie. He's incredibly tough, can heal from most attacks in just a few seconds, and then he's got this electromagnetic shield around him. Basically think of it as a giant force field that protects him from pretty much everything. That shield is so strong, it's able to withstand 150 nuclear missiles in a single attack. You could see the craters from outer space, but yet Godzilla was basically fine. Then let's say something can injure him, like King Ghidorah was able to end up injuring him. Well, he has an amazing healing factor, can basically re-heal from anything. I'm talking regenerating destroyed organs in just a few seconds. And then you gotta focus on all of Godzilla's nuclear attacks and abilities. Because man, this version of the big guy has a ton of them. His atomic breath is able to destroy mountains with just one hit. He wiped out a city made out of nanometal, which is more durable than anything on Earth. He used it to blast through the giant King Ghidorah in those animes, and even collapsed a mini black hole. He's able to launch out this atomic breath that leaves canyons behind, and is clocking in at the same energy level of 30,000 nuclear plants. He's able to channel all this energy through his tail, which can cause earthquakes for miles around. And Godzilla is able to get pretty freaking hot too. So hot that attacks literally melt before they reach him. And then again, there's that shield. That shield of his is basically impossible to get through. It stood up to some absolutely insane attacks, like literally 150 nuclear bombs. And the only reason that King Ghidorah was even able to get through them was that Ghidorah doesn't have to follow the same rules of space and time. That's literally the only reason. But then there's the other Godzilla, Shin Godzilla. And here's the thing, Shin Godzilla is kinda unique among all other Godzillas, as he started out as some kind of prehistoric creature, just swimming around in the ocean, when he was horribly mutated by some nuclear radiation in the 1950s. And this is where it becomes a bit different, because along with that mutation comes a unique ability. Godzilla can rapidly change his DNA and adapt and evolve in pretty much an instant. He then spent 60 years living under the ocean until he got bored one day and decided to try and destroy Tokyo. So over the course of the movie, Godzilla went through 4 different forms, all of which were distinct and some of which were very, very weird. I mean, just take a look at Form 1. It may or may not just be one giant tail, just a giant worm thing. This time he was able to bust up the Aqua Line tunnel that was supposedly hot enough to just start boiling the water around him. But that's kind of all we saw from him in Form 1. Form 2, well, it was kind of pathetic too. But bless his little heart, he's just trying his best out there. This is the form where Godzilla was able to evolve to where he can walk on land. Cause, fun fact, most every sea animal can't make it on land, not just because of the whole oxygen thing, but they're actually crushed by their own body weight. Well, now Godzilla's out there strutting around on his two little legs, just constantly throwing nasty juices all over the place with his gills. On top of that, he's able to push around boats and push around cars, even destroy houses and knock over a building. So on to Form 3. The big guy went through a growth spurt here. He's able to stand more upright, even grew himself some actual arms. He's also able to destroy things a whole lot easier now, even flipping over a train and sending that train flying by slamming his tail on the ground. Form 4 is where he really gets going though. Here he's real big, real tough, and totally ready to mess up everybody's day. So he's tough enough to where tank fire literally just has no effect on him. Bombs literally just bounce off his skin. The only thing that we even saw break the skin were bunker busters, the bombs designed to bust bunkers way under the ground. And even then, Godzilla healed from it almost immediately. The real thing here is the atomic breath. Literally just the exhaust from charging up his atomic breath is enough to destroy a city block. The actual beam itself can cut the city in half. And then Godzilla doesn't have to just shoot out one beam. He can focus it through his dorsal fins and shoot out tons of blasts from his back, or even shoot out a beam from his tail. Because I mean, why not? It's not like this Godzilla wasn't already weird enough. Only problem here is that Godzilla kinda has to watch the atomic breath, because if he uses it too much, well, it's gonna cause him to run out of power, meaning he's gonna have to go into hibernation for a while in order to recharge. And then there's Form 5, which it's best just to not talk about this thing. Don't think about it too much and it can't hurt you. So who's ultimately coming out on top? Well, the greatest thing that Shin Godzilla has going for him here is evolution and adaptation. It's what sets him apart from other Godzillas, and it could be the key difference here as well. This Godzilla is able to evolve and adapt to face any situation. It's kind of like Doomsday. Godzilla evolves and adapts in order to defeat the threat at hand. Like, look at the difference between Forms 2 and 3 and then Form 4. I believe that Forms 2 and 3 would have been injured, maybe even killed by conventional human weapons in a military assault. Then I think Form 4 was actually specifically adapted in order to take those attacks. Then look at Form 5 even. I guess we'll never really know, but you can kinda guess that Godzilla was evolving into becoming like his own army in order to take on humans. So potentially, Shin Godzilla could take on Godzilla Earth and evolve into a version of Godzilla powerful enough to beat him. No questions asked. That potential lives inside of Shin. But at the end of the day, this is really a lot like the argument for Batman with infinite prep time. Basically just like saying that Batman could be anything if you give him infinite prep time. You can also argue that Shin Godzilla can beat anything if you give it infinite mutation time, and if Shin Godzilla isn't killed during the initial fight. That's what I think is gonna happen here. While Shin Godzilla definitely has the potential to defeat Godzilla Earth, end of the day, that's all it is, just potential. Godzilla Earth is going to pretty much destroy Shin Godzilla, and he won't give Shin a chance to even begin to adapt and evolve. Godzilla Earth is like 3 times the size of Shin Godzilla. If they ever got into a fight where they were swapping hands, well, Godzilla Earth would quite literally just step on him. One swipe from Godzilla's tail created so much force that it sliced clean through mountains. A roar from Godzilla was so powerful that it was destroying ships in the same way that the average Godzilla would with his atomic breath. Godzilla Earth is on another level when it comes to physicality, and then same with atomic breath. Sure, Shin Godzilla has some awesome atomic blast, and it just looks great to look at. But Godzilla Earth's atomic breath is just way more powerful, and the guy is an absolute sniper with it too. He could take Shin Godzilla out from miles away. And none of that is even mentioning the fact that Godzilla Earth is in some way tied into the Earth itself. So basically, to destroy Godzilla, you have to destroy the Earth too. He's also capable of some adaptation and evolution himself, and even has a nearly impenetrable shield surrounding him at all times, so most attacks will never even touch him. Yeah, Godzilla Earth wins. But what do y'all think? Sound off in the comments down below. I know you're gonna have thoughts and feelings on this one for sure. If you stuck around this long and made it to the end of the video, that's amazing. Thank you so much for watching and for supporting us. And if you want to go subscribe, well, go subscribe. You're going to see more videos like this one every single week. I'll see y'all then. I'll see y'all next time.